Hello friends. Welcome to Agrosavia. Today we are at the Tibetator Research Center. My name is Maria Angelica Pichamater, and I am the head of the Department of Research Laboratories and Services of this corporation. Today we are going to tell you what the Agrosavia Laboratories Network does. What is its purpose? What are we? What do we do? And finally, how can you make use of our laboratories at the national level? The first thing we want to tell you is that our network of laboratories is a job that we have been developing for several years, where a model of laboratories has been implemented, which work under three important purposes. The first is based, of course, on addressing the research agenda. Secondly, we have a very judicious exercise in which we lend these laboratories to all our producers who need them. The third purpose is based on making agreements with other institutions so that they can make use of these laboratories so that they are at the service of Colombian agriculture. We have a network of 7 laboratories, which are made up as follows: entomology, livestock microbiology laboratories, plant production laboratories, agricultural microbiology laboratories, analytic chemistry, molecular, animal reproduction. These are distributed nationwide with different specialties so that they complement all the needs of the Colombian agricultural sector. As I told you, these laboratories have an important recognition at the national level because we have both ICA registration certifications, which are necessary to be able to provide services and operate in turn. We are accredited by the National Accreditation Organization of Colombia, ANAC. That gives us, it also allows us to have international recognition, so that our services are valid here and abroad. Additionally, our laboratories are also working on issues of being in the national network of Colombia of all production systems. Obviously, this is very aligned with the National Institute of Metrology, so that every day we can contribute more directly to the specific developments of the country. We have around 200 services, which we will be talking about later. Entomology laboratory. We are in the entomology laboratory. This laboratory is dedicated to the whole subject of research on insects, pests and beneficial insects. As a result of what is done here, topics such as biopesticides or biological bioproducts can be developed, which allow us to be very according to the needs of the environment without harming it. In this laboratory we also do a very interesting subject, which is breeding insects, so that it allows us to do much more precise and exact research for research needs. Additionally, we also do all the processes of chemical ecology. We study the behavior of insects, and on that, management strategies can be developed in the field. Plant production laboratory. In this plant production laboratory, we carry out processes of selection, indexing, multiplication, and hardening of plant material under in vitro procedures. Here in this laboratory we also do mass production of materials that producers require. We are working, for example, on blueberry issues, potatoes, plantains, which allow the producers to deliver seeds with sanitary quality so that they can incorporate it into their productive system. In the same way, this laboratory also carries out conservation processes for the National Germplasm Bank, so that we also serve as backup for all food safety issues. Agricultural Microbiology Laboratory. We are in the Agricultural Microbiology Laboratory. In this laboratory we carry out processes for the characterization and evaluation of microorganisms, which can be very valuable for all processes, including biological control. In this laboratory we can carry out topics associated with fungi, bacteria, viruses, nematodes, so that we can have a comprehensive evaluation of the systems that they can affect. Additionally, in this laboratory we have the capacity and installed in the Bioinputs Quality Control Laboratory Agricultural. This is registered with the ICA. Since any producer in this country that develops a bioproduct as such or a biopesticide requires quality control, we are one of those laboratories at the national level, so we contribute to the sustainability of the exercise. Additionally, in this laboratory we can also carry out analysis of biological indicators of the soil, which are complemented with chemical indicators so that management and recommendations can be made to the soil. Agricultural Microbiology Laboratory. In this laboratory we also have an area for quarantine microorganisms. At this specific moment we are working on FOC race 4, so that we can investigate and develop steps for its containment. Livestock Microbiology and Animal Health Laboratory. My name is Camila Rengevo, I am a PhD. At Agrosavia, we are currently in the Animal Health Livestock Microbiology Laboratory. I am the leader of the collection of microorganisms of interest in animal health, and we have two collections within this large collection. One of them is the virus and bacteria collection, and the other is the ecto and hemoparasites. In these areas we carry out a large part of our work. We have the reactivation of microorganisms, as well as the search for different ways of preserving microorganisms. For us it is very important to be able to preserve, safeguard and classify them too. Here we do different methodologies, both bacteriological and molecular, where they basically allow us to identify the different microorganisms that we have. Within the collection of interest in animal health, we carry out different research projects, oriented to the technological offers that we can offer to producers. For example, we have projects using Staphylococcus aureus, which is a microorganism that causes mastitis. We also have leptospirosis, which is known as a zoonotic disease. And we have several projects trying to characterize antigenic variants, and very focused on the research part on vaccines and prevention strategies. Within our workflow we also try to take into account the entire epidemiological part, precisely to support our projects, and we have done so with different research projects, where we have also had alliances with companies and with different universities and other allies in the sector. Molecular Genetics Laboratory. We are in the Molecular Genetics Laboratory. In these laboratory genetic processes as such and functional genomics are carried out. Here we have the capacity to characterize genetic resources so that they become an input for the improvement of processes in the field. In this laboratory we have the capacity to identify genes of economic interest. For example, selecting the best producer of a dairy farm, we have the ability to identify pathogens. Additionally, we can carry out all the disease identification processes, but not by biological processes but specifically with molecular tools, which allow a better decision on the treatments that can be carried out. In the same way, we are capable of making genomes of fungi, bacteria, and we have the capacity and contacts to make complete genomes. That allows us a better selection of the different types of microorganisms, diseases, pests that are handled in the laboratory. Analytical Chemistry Laboratory. We are in the Analytical Chemistry Laboratory. Here we have the ability to analyze elements from the periodic table, as well as functional elements and compounds. Additionally, we have the ability to analyze soils, plant tissue, food in various specialties. One of them is, for example, everything related to soil fertility, pesticide residues in food, nutritional analysis for forage, and also all the capacity of physical and chemical properties of food. In this laboratory we have accreditation in all processes soil determination, and we have the capacity to carry out sensory analysis in one of our offices. Animal Reproduction Laboratory. The Agrosavia Animal Reproduction Laboratory has the capacity to produce seminal material and embryos for the different production systems, very focused on milk and meat issues, so that genetic improvement can be done. In this laboratory we have the capacity and areas such as andrology, embryology, and cell manipulation. Here we have a very important connection with the field, since the oocytes that later become embryos arrive here, to later be transplanted into an animal that is in heat. We have achieved important pregnancies nationwide and distributed throughout the territory.
My name is William Martin Becerra. I am the Business Development Coordinator of the Laboratories of the Agrosavia Corporation. From our area, we are in charge of all the linking of the technological offers at the laboratory level, provided to the agricultural sector at the national level. We have several of our services at the agricultural level, such as the soil fertility service, bromeological analysis. We sell straws and embryos at the reproductive level. We have made a tour of all the corporation's laboratories and we could not finish without offering all our services to the productive sector, which is why we want to invite you to visit our website www.agrosavia.co, so that you can find the entire portfolio of services that we have for the productive sector. Likewise, they can be contacted through the email attentionalclient@agrosavia.co, or they can also contact our telephone number 315-219-8403, so that our business development assistants can assist them and provide them with information. What do you need? Welcome to Agrosavia.